talk about one of the biggest challenge that English learners face. I have a good news for you because not knowing how to study English, not having a proper routine, not knowing how to actually study English or activating the English side of your brain. Maybe it's Hindi, maybe it's Tamil, maybe it's Spanish or Zulu or another language. Hi everyone, my name is Shalima and welcome back to my another session of learning English and improving your English speaking skills with me. So, in today's video, I am going to talk about one of the biggest challenge that English learners face is not knowing how to study English, not having a proper routine that will take them from the intermediate level to the advanced level, not knowing how to actually study English consistently and enjoy the process. So guys, have you ever experienced this challenge? Are you experiencing this challenge right now? Well, guys, I have a good news for you because in today's lesson, I am going to give you a morning routine that you can follow and it will help you to speak English fluently as you follow the routine. So are you guys ready for this? If you are ready, please let me know in the comment section, and before beginning, please subscribe to the channel so that you can get all the lessons that I post for you on this channel. Please like the video and share it with your friends, with your loved ones and with the person who really need this. 5 things that will help you to speak English faster. Your goal is to speak English fluently, and that's what this lesson is going to help you. So now let's begin. So guys, let's talk about part number 1. In part number 1, the very first thing that you need to do is write a 5-minute writing session. Now let me explain what this writing session is all about. You see, the first part is to write in your journal for 5 minutes. You should write about something you plan to do today. That's right. Today's schedule, this is an important step. Why? Because you are warming up your brain to start operating in English. In other words, you are activating the English side of your brain in a relaxed way. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, the very first thoughts you have normally are in your mother tongue. Maybe it's Hindi, maybe it's Tamil, maybe it's Spanish or Zulu or another language. But now we have to switch this to English, and you do this by first starting with the 5 minutes writing session. Notice that I said 5 minutes, not 20 minutes, not 30 minutes, no, a short period of time, only 5 minutes, and it must be about your day. So what are you planning to do? Because you already have an idea. Maybe you are going to work, or maybe you have to go to school, or maybe you have to take care of your child. It's time to write about that in English. So for step 1, here is how you complete it. Alright, so this is the main thing that you have to remember. First, get your notebook and pen ready. Okay, that's right. So have your notebook and pen ready. And honestly guys, I'd say to have your notebook and pen, right? So next to your bed, maybe you have a nightstand, right? Next to your bed, keep your journal, your English journal and your pen right next to you. Okay, so as soon as you wake up, you can go right to that journal. Or maybe you have devotions in the morning, right? So after you have your devotion, get your journal and have your pen ready. The next thing you want to do is to set a 5-minute timer. I use my cell phone always as a timer, but you can use your cell phone, your watch or any other device. But it's important to set a 5-minute timer. Why is this so important? Because you are only going to write for only 5-minute period, not longer, not shorter. So you have to write as long as the timer is going. And once it stop, you stop. The third thing to remember is hit start and don't stop. Writing until the timer goes off. I just explained that you have to keep writing for that 5 minutes period. Now in the very beginning this is going to be challenging. Okay, it's going to feel like a long period of time, but the more you do it, the more consistent you are, the earlier it will become. Trust me guys, 5 minutes writing about your day, what you are going to do for that day. All right, so now I want you to remember something very important. Don't worry about making mistakes. Don't stop and erase. Instead, just keep writing like the movie Finding Nemo. Remember, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Let's switch it. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. So don't stop. Don't worry about mistakes. The main goal is to achieve the English side of your brain. That's why we are starting with a writing exercise. If you make a mistake along your English learning journey, you are going to make mistakes. Yes, my friends, you are going to make mistakes. It's a fact. Even native English speakers, when we speak English, we make mistakes. And I'm sure in your own language, you make mistakes sometime as well. It will force you to activate that side of your brain. So activating the side of your brain that uses English, very important to start off this morning routine. All right, so 5 minutes. Now let's move to part 2. Okay, you have written your journal for 5 minutes and now it's time to have an input session. Now I love this, an input session guys. So let me explain what this is all about. So you have done your 5-minute writing session. Now we have part 2, the 10 minutes input session. So what you are going to do is find a YouTube video or other online videos about a topic that you are interested in. Okay, notice I didn't say an English lesson. Okay, I said a video about a topic you are interested in. Making sure that they are speaking in English. You can find a video about cooking, a video about sports, a video about technology. It doesn't matter as long as they are speaking English. All right. So as you watch the video, you are going to learn new words. You should write down. Remember, you have your journal. Write down the things that you don't already know. As you are watching the video and enjoying it, if something pops up, maybe a new word or expression, write it down. This is an important step. Why? Because you are now inputting new information into your brain. So step 1, we activated your brain, right? The English side. Now step 2, we are putting new information into your brain. In other words, you are increasing the English you will be able to use in real life conversations. Listen, this morning routine is going to help you to speak English fluently if you simply follow each step. So how do you do this exactly? Let's get the step here. All right, so we go step 1 for this part. Find a YouTube video about a topic that you are interested in, right? We talk about that next. Again, get your notebook and pen ready. You have it, right? Next to your bed, still, because you just finished the 5-minute writing session. All right, and as you watch the video again, write down 5 to 10 new expression words or some sentence patterns. That's all right. In 10-minute video where native and English speakers are speaking about a topic, that you are interested in, and you are going to hear a lot of new words, a lot of new expressions. So I want you to write down, and don't look them up, just write down the word, expressions or patterns or structures that you hear as you watch the video. Write them down in your journal. Alright, now I need you to remember this. Don't worry about looking up the definitions of the words or the expressions. The main goal of this part right here, the 10 minutes input session, is to listen well and recognize new terms. So we activated your English side of the brain. Now we are inputting and improving your listening skills for part 2 or step 2. Alright, so 10 minutes. So now we have 5 minutes and 10 minutes, only 15 minutes. So let's jump into part number 3. So part number 3 is all about research, a 10 minutes research session. Now this is very important, guys. Let me explain how this works. So you are gonna find the definitions for all the words and expressions, and this is an important step. Why? Because it will help you to understand why the word and expression were used in the video. Alright, and you just watch the video was about the topic that you are interested in. So you are already glued to it, right? Maybe you watch the video on your phone, you are laying in a bed and you are watching the video, but now when you go in this part to look up the words and expressions, things start making sense, right? That's why they use that word. That's why they use that expression in the video. So in other words, you will have a better understanding of all the words that native English speakers use in real life. Okay, so this step is extremely important. Remember guys, this morning routine is going to change your English fluency, activating the brain to help you to understand things in English, inputting things into your brain to help you to understand in English. Now, helping you actually learn the meaning so you can use them in real life. Alright, so here are the steps once again. Here we go. Get your notebook and pen ready to search for the words and expressions online. 3, write the definition and 1 example. Okay, for each word and expression. This is very important, guys, and you have learned the definition of each word, but you need to see how the words are used in a sentence, how you heard it while watching the video on YouTube or whatever platform you found the video on. And now you are seeing other ways to use the word or expression in a real life situation. Alright, so very important. I also want you to, remember something as well. And don't worry about creating your own sentence. Yet once again, don't worry about creating your own sentences. Yet you are not going to do that. Yet the main goal for you is to understand how the words and expressions are used in real life. We haven't gotten to the part where you will actually use them yet. Okay, so you are just understanding how other native English speakers, use the word or expression in the real life. Alright, so we have part 1 again, activated the English part of your brain, 5 minutes. Part 2, we input information. Okay, watching the YouTube video, and 10 minutes. Part 3, now we have looked up things, we have researched, and now we are moving on to part number 4 of your morning routine. So part 4, the application session. That's right. Now it's time to apply what you have learned during this morning session. So here we go. The first, you are going to rewrite your journal entry using 3 to 5 of the words you just learned. Okay, this is when it gets exciting. Alright, and this is an important step because it will help you to create triggers in your brain. In other words, you will find it easier to use the new words in the real life conversations because you already applied them to your daily life. Okay, I love these steps. Okay, now I'm gonna give you the clear step again, but let me break this down. Think about what you have been doing so far for this morning routine. We activated the English side of your brain where you wrote about your day. You already started to organize your thoughts about your day. Then we paused and we input new information, enjoyed it about whatever topic you choose. Then we looked up the information, we researched. Now it's time to connect the dots, to apply what you learned in part 2 and part 3 and connect the dots by having part 1 and part 4. Be connected by using part 2 and 3. Follow me now, you are going to rewrite. Okay, and what you wrote in part 1 in your journal, you are gonna rewrite it using the words you learned from part 2 and part 3. Alright, so here we go. Watch this now again. Here are the steps once again. First, get your notebook and your pen ready. Review your journal entry. Okay, from step 1. In step 1 you wrote in your journal, right? Review it. Read what you wrote during the 5-minute period. Choose 3 to 5 words that relate to it. Now remember, the words are going to come from the ones you wrote down in step 2 when you are watching the video, and then step 3 when you wrote down the definition, right, of the words and expressions. You are going to choose 3 to 5 of those words that relate to what you wrote down in step 1. Alright, so following you are smart, then using the same context and topics, rewrite your entry using the new words. So let's say step 1, you decided you wanted to write about a big meeting you have at work today, right? You wrote it out. I have a meeting at 10 a.m. with my boss and my co-workers, and we are talking about a new project, and maybe you gave a few details. Then you watched a video that was talking about new technology, right? Maybe you watched a video about ChatGPT or AI and how AI is getting so popular. Then in step 3 you looked up the new words and expression. You learned that innovation, that word innovation, something that's innovative. I'm gonna let you look at one app. Then you go to 4 and you are like, wait a minute, I can rewrite what I wrote in step 1 and say, we are having a meeting today about innovative technology because we want to use ChatGPT in our business. So you are using what you learn in step 2 and 3 and you are putting the pieces together. Alright, so this is why this morning routine is so amazing. But I want you to remember something. Remember this, you don't have to write a longer entry. Alright, step 4, part 4 again, and 5-minute application session. It's only for 5 minutes as well. The main goal is for you to understand how to use new words to talk about your daily life. Listen closely. Okay, your daily life and you want to speak fluently. Part of speaking English fluently is knowing how to speak about your life. Okay, using words and using expressions that you hear or see. People using on TV in a regular situation, in a normal situation, you hear them. This, is what English fluency is all about. Believe that you can do it. This is so important. As you are studying English, as you are going along your journey, you are learning many new things, but you must first believe that it's possible. And you see, when you believe that, you can do it. And this will help you more confidence when you start speaking English. Guys, think about it. When you learn something new, you encounter a native English speakers and all of a sudden you freeze up, you get nervous. Why? Because you are not so sure that you can do it. So you must remember that the first thing that you have to do is believe that you can do it. A morning routine that you can follow, and it will help you to speak English fluently as you follow the routine. So are you guys ready for this? Guys, this morning routine is going to take your English fluency to the next level. Now I don't want to stop here. So guys, I think you like the study plan, and if you enjoyed, please give thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel. So thanks for watching. Bye bye, take care.